Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Mariontrainer Live. In today's topic, we're going to be talking about transforming your mindset. And before we get into that, and actually it's called Transforming Your Mindset, it is the cornerstone of physical and emotional health. And before we get started, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors and give you a little brief description on them. The first one is Identity IQ. And before we dive, let's talk about Identity IQ. Just like a healthy mindset, it is crucial for your overall well-being. So it is keeping an eye on your financial health. Identity IQ helps you monitor your credit and safeguard your financial information. Trust me, it is very important to protect yourself in these days and time. And our next one, Mariontrainer Healthy Recipe ebook. And for those of you looking to combine a healthy mind and a healthy body, check out my Family Healthy Recipe ebook. Eating right can actually enhance your mental clarity and focus. And let's not forget this next one. You don't have to suffer in silence. You must. Pink Lotus is here. It's for women only. And you can check out all of these as I'm talking about, especially Pink Lotus women. You do not have to suffer in silence, whether it's menopause, the hot flashes and the symptoms that come from menopause. They have something for everyone, even with weight loss as well. Check it out on Mariontrainer.com, and you can click all the links and you definitely find them. And also, last but not least, and if onboard101.com /Mariontrainer. And if you want to take a deep dive into transforming your mindset, check out my online course at onboard101.com /Mariontrainer. And it is on the bottom of the ticker there. It is a comprehensive guide designed to help you make meaningful life changes. So we're getting ready to get into it. And before we start, this picture I have up there for you is basically definitely on point with the topic of today, because you have to transform your mindset to a growth mindset in order to get through some of the trials and tribulations that you experience in life. And on that picture there, you can see where I'm 9 weeks out from my surgery. And as you see today, I have none of the bruising, none of the scarring, but it definitely took me having a growth mindset to be able to understand that what I was going through, that it took all my mental abilities to be able to accept that I wanted to get better, and I helped myself to get better. All right, so your mindset sets the stage for everything else in life. You gotta have a positive growth oriented mindset to propel you forward, while a negative fixed mindset can hold you back. And an example of that is, if you think of your mind as a garden, if you nurture it, positive thoughts and actions, you'll reap a harvest of positivity and growth. And the first thing is, you have to fix your mindset for what you're looking for. What you want for yourself, you have to fix your mindset for that. And the next one is what is the difference between a fixed versus a growth mindset? A fixed mindset believes that talents and abilities are static. A growth mindset, on the other hand, believes that skills can be developed. I'm always going to give you an example, like in fitness. A fixed mindset might say, I'm not a runner, so why bother? But a growth mindset says, I can become better with practice and effort. Now listen to that. Practice and effort. Growth mindset. And if you have a fixed mindset, and if it's negative, you're not gonna believe that you can do pretty much mostly anything. And you don't want to have that type of mindset. You want to have a growth mindset where you're always reaching for a better setup. You're always reaching for a better mindset. And that's what you should have. So as we continue going on with this topic, I want you all to think for a second. What kind of mindset do you have? Do you have a fixed mindset where you're always looking at the negative and you're not thinking that you can? Or do you have a growth mindset that you might be struggling with, but you're still on point to want to do better with your life? And that's on all fronts, whether it's fitness, relationships, your job, career-wise. If you got a growth mindset, you're going to always be striving to move forward. And this one was really interesting because I really try to delve into like a cognitive bias. And these are the mental shortcuts that can lead us astray. And recognizing them is the first step in changing your mindset. And an example of that is the confirmation bias makes us favor information that confirms our existing beliefs. If you think you can lose weight, you might. If you think you can't lose weight, you might ignore advice that could actually help you. And I want you all to understand that cognitive bias is that you don't want to take the mental shortcuts because it can lead you astray. It's basically, you develop a belief and you just like, no, I'm never going to lose weight, so I'm not going to try this program, or I'm not going to start walking. I'm just not going to do it because it's not. Well, once you develop that cognitive bias, there's not going to be much you can do. There's not going to be much that's going to happen for you. So, and the next one, mindfulness and self-awareness. Being present and aware can greatly influence your mindset. And an example of that is mindfulness meditation can help you become aware of your thoughts and making it easier to change your mindset. So if you're gonna, it's like be present and be aware of what it is that you want for yourself. Because the minute that you stop growing, the minute you start mentally growing is when it's almost like walking around eyes wide shut. And I don't think we want that. I don't think any of us out there want that. So in closing to all of this is what I'm trying to tell you is, like, we've talked about the importance of a mindset. The difference between a fixed and a growth mindset that impacts cognitive biases, the role of mindfulness, and letting you all know, like, how do certain things, connect with this. Like onboard101.com/Mariontrainer. And if you found this valuable and you want to learn more, visit my in-depth course. And I just said it's on the ticker, onboard101.com/Mariontrainer. And remember, transforming your mindset is the first step to transforming your life. And at the end of the day, you want to make yourself, you want to be in a position to be a better you, not someone else, because you have to be yourself and be your true, authentic self, because you're the best person suited for the job, not anyone else. Trying to be someone else, how does that work for you? Because that would only make you feel like I'm developing someone else's style, personality, and it's not mine. So you're going to feel a level of discomfort because you're not being your authentic self. A mindset is very powerful. And just letting you all know, it's like the surgery I had. I could have developed the mindset of, you know what, this is the end for me. I'm not going to be able to work out like I want to. So I'm just not going to work out anymore. I'm just going to, I'm getting older now. So I'm just going to, cruise on. That is the worst mindset to have. I'm always looking to strive to be better. I'm always looking to make things, what can I learn to help me be a better Marion trainer? How do I help my clients be the best version of themselves? It all starts with the growth mindset. And you have to embark on that. What if I would have said, and just give you a little context to this all, I was at car accident in 1996. Now, I was in preparation for the Miss of South Carolina at that time. But when that derailed me, I could have easily said, this is it. This is not for me. If it was meant for me, this wouldn't happen. That is not the mindset that I chose. And did I have my down moment about it? I did. Did I question myself? I did. But when you have a talk with yourself, and at that time I had to touch on the spiritual knowledge that I grew up having, and that got me through. Because when something comes around and the physical is like put on pause, your mental strength has to start developing. Like, what can I do? What kind of mindset do I need right now? Because I can't do anything physically that's going to take me back to that level. I kept going bit by bit, little bit by little bit. And when I started back working out again, I was working out with the 1-pounders. And sometimes we all take time for granted. We look at something and say, oh, it's going to take too long. Well, all the times you kept saying it was going to take too long, the time was still going by. So if 3 years ago you told yourself, I need to get on a better program, I want to lose 20, 30 pounds, I want to gain 10 or 20 pounds of muscle, but you talk yourself out of it. And when you talk yourself out of it, the time still went by. You just didn't do anything. It took me 3 years to gain back what I lost, and then I gained more in a positive way. You know, if some people would, I got my tiger eye on and I wear my championship ring. And the reason why I wear it around my neck and not on my fingers, I don't like jewelry on my fingers. I wear it as a reminder. It is a reminder of two things: that I needed to have a growth mindset. I needed to develop a style, a mental clarity, so I could see where I wanted to be. Sometimes you have to envision where you want to be, and you have to see yourself doing it. And I saw myself winning. To some, they would say, well, that's pretty arrogant. But to me, I said, that was pretty confident of me. That was confidence, and it took a lot of willpower. And part of, my spiritual growth, and I don't want to get off on a tangent on that, but you have to have all those intangibles to build yourself up when you hit basically rock bottom. And I can tell you right now, and again, to give you all context, that accident left me just wondering, what was I going to do? It had me wondering. And just in case you want to understand why it had me wondering, my pelvis was like that. My arm was broken in 2 places. I had a dislocated hip. And for those out there who may have never experienced it, I do not wish that upon my worst enemy, because it was a very tough surgery, and it was very tough recovering from it. But the growth mindset that I developed, I got through it. And if I can do it, so can you. And you might say, well, Marion, your circumstances are different. I don't care if you're going through trying to get a better job, trying to have a better life, trying to make a better relationship, trying to put yourself in a position to, I want to work out and I'm going to do it. Just have a growth mindset. Start reading about what it is. Find someone who's doing what you want to do and follow the blueprint. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to have an enthusiastic mindset, a growth mindset at that. And it could take you to heights that you probably never ever thought you would go to. What bodybuilding did for me, the traveling, being sponsored, it was wonderful. And I've told people, you work with me, I'm pretty tough because I demand more out of myself. So why wouldn't I demand that out of you? I will teach you to be the person you want to be, not the person you used to be. You work for the body you want, not the one you have. And in closing, here's going to sum it all up. And you guys know my motto. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? I want to thank you all For all these platforms, you can see me on Facebook, YouTube. It's Mariontrainer on Facebook. It's Marion Speaks on Facebook. YouTube at Mariontrainer. LinkedIn. Look, leave a comment. And I appreciate everything, all the support, because without the support, there's no Marion. There's no Mariontrainer. I am moving more into online coaching. I'm also moving into, I'm almost trying to get away from in-person training. Not that that's my first thing that I did, my first love. I enjoyed it, but I'm moving away from it because, near the end, and I'm 52 now, and I've been doing this for 27, a little over 27 years, and I still have my health and my strength. I've had a total of 11 surgeries, people, and I'm still smiling. Let your smile be your umbrella. So when it rains with life problems and trials and tribulations, you will keep yourself from getting wet. Now, one of the things I hear when someone says, I need help with my weight and I need to change. The first thing about changing your weight is changing your meal planning. You got to look at the way you eat. You need to write it down, and then you need to say, okay, am I taking in more calories than I'm burning? Because if you're not going to do the simple things, the other part of stuff you're just not going to do, because there's a method to this madness. You got to put yourself, again, and I don't want to, like I said, I try to keep things simple. I try to keep fitness simple. I try to keep everything simple. And the reason why I try to keep things simple, because the minute you start complicating things and overthinking it, you will never get anything done. And you don't want that for yourself. Sometimes the road to success is an uphill battle. And it's like you're running and running and you just cannot find the finish line. But trust me when I tell you, align yourself with positive people. Align yourself with people who are going to celebrate you, not tolerate you. I always get this question, when can you train me? I am slowly moving out of the field of that, but what I do is consult. And if you could do the simple things that I could line up for you, the first thing, look at how you're eating. You're going to have to change the way you're eating. If you're eating fried foods, put them to the side. Instead of fried chicken, do baked chicken. Instead of French fries, do vegetables. 2 shakes, 2 meals. Your meals can be fresh salad, meat and vegetable. If you can do those things for a period of 6 weeks, you'll see a big change. It is not all, and as far as working out, I would do the simplest of workouts just to get your body set up for it. Push-ups, squats, all this is body weight. Body weight squats, push-ups, knee-ups, going like this, get your heart rate up, and crunches. You want to do 3 sets of 15 reps of each of those. Start off doing that twice a week. This is going to be one of the best advice that you get. And then you can embark on being trained. Because training someone, it's more mental than it is physical. And if you see yourself being successful, your brain, your mind will take you to what success is. You can't wish it. You got to do things to make it happen for yourself. Now, at the end of the day, you got to be responsible and accountable to you. So when someone asks me, how did I get to where I'm, basically took a car accident for me to get into personal training. And I always thank, at the time, he was my mentor, Ron Emmons. He got me into it. And I always tell, I met Ron Emmons one time at a show I did. When I got in an accident, he came to see me. And he presented the opportunity. And the great Lee Haney told me one time, I asked him, about how did he get to these opportunities? He said, be ready. Be ready. And I was always ready. Didn't know what I was going to do, And when Ron presented that to me, I did it with a smile, and now I'm where I am. So I give him all the props for getting me into personal training, sharing his wisdom, his techniques, and then eventually I developed my own. That's what life is about. Learn from people, but also build yourself a foundation for you. Look, I'm gonna end this, and as you guys well know, take your time, develop a growth mindset. Make this world we in, make it count. You don't have to do it all at once, day by day. I started working out when I was 16. I'm 52 now. Now someone would say, wow, 35, 36 years working out, I don't think I have that much time. Every time you open your mouth, time just went by. So develop a growth mindset. Follow me. Whether your comments are, you have a comment, put it down. If you're too shy on here to comment, email me, Mariontrainer40@gmail.com, info@mariontrainer.com. Let's make this a great day. Let's make this the first day of the rest of your life. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy this wonderful day.